He said, hang on, Warhammer 40k real quick. I'll kick both of you. I, yeah, I'm not. I didn't even participate in that. Is that any more? Is that abnormal? Like a YouTuber is wild. No, you're right. All right, who's doing recap? I physically write a recap this like the day after a session. Oh wait. Bot. Thanks, Nick. Shout out, Nick. Shout out, Nick. Anyway, I'm gonna go read my recap notes and see if Nick lines up with mine. Dude, that's a banger of a song, honestly. It's kind of good. What? Okay. Weston makes some pretty good music.
It's because it's used in our other Discord, so you might have it muted. Do I dare look at my phone right now?
MNTGian. That's the deity, yes. Two acorns. Okay. So, so close. Uh, he wasn't there to protect the meteor. He's trying to find an item called the seed. He thinks the meteor would be it. Um, no, the guards are pretty accurate. That yep. The you'll find out the rest. He's after an item. um. Well, no, it's just I was like, oh well, actually, okay. Well, if you didn't listen when I described it, then you'll figure it out right now anyway. So it doesn't matter. I think that's about the only thing you missed. The guard bit was pretty accurate. They were like, you know, all right, sus, kill. All right, Devin, I can hear you breathe on your mic every time you laugh. Every time you exhale. Just just instead of having it like here, just put it straight from your microphone. Yeah. Perfect. No, no, it's fine. No, he's good. He's fine. You're good. Thanks, Devin. You're good. Right where you are. Molto bene. Yeah. Well, okay. I mean, like right where it was, like straight out from the. Yeah. Okay. So. No. I don't need to convince you to take notes. You're already doing it. I don't. That's why I didn't really want to give inspiration because I'm completely fine doing the recap. That makes me feel a little special. All right, so continuing where we left off, I need to turn the bot down a little bit. You guys are there. Fix is standing on the meteor. The guards have all died. You were all standing around the meteor. Um, as the final guard dies, Fix turns to you and goes, "Is that the last of them?" Kind of like grabs the top of the rock and like slides down it, and like goes to inspect the meteor. That was pretty good for Fix, actually. Um, See, your voice goes soft when you play Sanric, and then when you talk normally, it goes deeper, and so your mic has a stroke. I'm so sorry. Devin, I'm so sorry. Devin, I'm so sorry. It's okay, Devin. It's okay. Listen to the calming music. I'm sorry, Devin. I'm so sorry, Devin. The music? Oh. I was gonna say the music is too. Oh yeah, that guy's a big meme poster. Oh, he's behind by so many. I yell at him every day. Elijah is exactly 2 weeks behind on devotions. I love that so much. I love that so much. Oh, it's so much better. All right, Devin. Devin, I am this close. Devin, I'm this close to buying you a microphone, Devin. Maybe because your headphones have a little volume rocker and you just flapped it to max. All right. And take two. To be speakers. I do that with these wireless ones. I keep like the rocker almost all the way down, and so if I ever want to use it as a speakers, or like if someone else walks up to my microphone, I can take the headphones and flick the volume to maximum on the headphones, and everyone can hear everything. What? Well, yeah, I only ever do that when someone else is next to me and I want them to hear it. Tetanitis. Shooting guns. I failed that last one, but I can't relate to that first one. All right, so something about Sanric turning into a potted plant. You're doing great, Devin. Don't think, just do. I need to double check Fix's intelligence modifier, specifically his Arcana. Ah! Oh. Oh. Not bad. Alright, so Fix puts his hand on the top of the meteorite and like slides down and starts inspecting the meteor. And then he turns to the rest of you and he goes, as best as I can tell, it appears that the whatever mineral is in this meteor has some sort of arcane properties, and upon the force of it, the collision into the ground, it seemed to have tore into another force. I've never seen anything like this, and you can see he's like crouched down looking underneath the meteor at where the streaks of energy were coming out and hitting you guys. And he's like trying to get a look, and he's like, we're gonna if we want to get a better look at this, we're gonna have to move the this. Mm-hmm. Well, it's a 10 by 10 foot sphere. No. You can get that from just looking at it. This is what me, the DM, is telling you from using your eyes and looking. It is about a 10 by 10 foot sphere. The meteor is. Um, 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 Uh, Fixes kind of turns and he goes, "Well, moving it's an option," and he reaches into a pouch that he has to his side, uh, like this, uh, basically like it's kind of like a satchel. Reaches into his satchel and he pulls a pickaxe out of it, and he goes, "We could always mine it." Um, if you're going to determine its magical properties, that would be an Arcana check. You don't have the identify spell prepared. Who? Oh my gosh! I was like, who has it? Whisk does. Yeah, I remember this now. I mean, you would, he's shown you. He's shown you. He's told you. Um. Yeah. He's told you. He grabbed it and was like, yeah, I can ascertain the magical properties of any magical object. Um. Yeah. So what'd you get for your Arcana check? 12. You're not 100% sure, having never seen anything of this magnitude before. It should be okay. I mean, it's just metal, right? Fix? Fix. 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 That's the name he gave you. Nick wrote the right thing. When they were correct to begin with. Oh, I have no idea. I have never seen anything like this before, and I can't really get a clear look at it from where we are standing. We need to get the rock off of whatever that is, and he's just like gesturing to the bottom of it, and you can just see this faint like glow, this blue purplish glow, barely underneath it. And he's like, just keeps gesturing to that, and he's like, "You need to be able to move this off of that if you want to." Look, uh huh. Um. Okay. Kind of. You've noticed that when Fix used his divine smites, it was not the same color as magic that you and uh, Jack use. It was more of this. Huh? I don't know. What the guys in the thing? Which I'm sorry. They've given you so much. I don't know what that. Like, I need to know what spell they were doing to be able to. Kind of. because Jax is a packed magic that is usually derived from where he gets it. And you notice most other basic mages have the same color spells as you and Jack. And Sanric is not the same color whenever he casts his magic. I don't know what color it is because that's for him to determine. Right, but like a basic attack or like your basic glow usually is. Yeah, and you notice that fixes is this like when he divine smites, it goes from this deep green and then like almost reflects out this like light, almost like a whitish green, like it's almost faded to white, and it just kind of like mixes together. And you can probably gather that's due to the nature of where his magic comes from as a deity. And then Sanric's being druidic based is more nature-esque, like yours, Noah, and like most wizards, your magic is derived from study, and so is pulled from the aether itself. The blue with the purple hue, like bluish, purplish, you can interchange the color in that order. Mm-hmm. The swirl of magic in the what? Yes. I don't. I'd have to go back and read that whole. I don't know. When did you level up? Okay, the war zone. I don't. Did I? There. No, there is no white magic in here. I haven't. Yeah. I'm reading the block of text right now. I'm reading the whole thing. The people from the war zone, right? The two that teleported out. Yeah, they left in a puff of blue and purple smoke. They cast. There's a lightning bolt in here. There's fire. A lot of fire in here. Um. No, it would have been that same color. Explosion of fire. Lightning bolt blasts at them, and then they disappear in the. I'm reading. I have not changed this block of text. I am reading the entire block of text. Okay, we're going to. You're just gonna start blasting it with spells? Are we casting spells? Okay. We rolled a what? For the wild magic table? Or to see if it does, because it's a 50% chance. I don't have the wild magic table up. Hang on. I didn't think about it. I wasn't expect. Yeah, roll your to hit. It's a what? Yeah, which means its base DC is 10. For the next. So you blast this eldritch energy, and it like just shoots wide. As you go to hit it, and there everyone's like, "No, wait, hang on!" And you just shoot, and then it misses. A streak of energy from underneath the meteor blasts into you, and for the next minute, you can teleport up to 20 feet as a bonus action. He just goes, and then just poof, 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 poof. So, Fix is just kind of like pickaxe in hand next to the rock, like, well, that was a turn of events. Um, all right. Um, he wasn't expecting to run into you because he knew where he was going. He only has the one. He has a satchel of holding, yes. I don't know what that is. Sure. Yeah, but you would in that minute lose your teleportation. Yeah. I don't have the stats for pickaxe. Um. No, fairies are tiny creatures. They're like this big. You're dramatic, all right. Already determined that. I'm trying to see if he does have anything else on him, but I think he doesn't. I think it's just the pickaxe. Yeah. Just the one. Oh, but you know what? Does he have that spell equipped? He does. He's going to... You're going to watch, and I'm going to have to roll percentages for this. Okay, nothing happens. 32. You watch as he... You take the pickaxe, and he's like, oh, okay. And he pulls out into his pouch and pulls out iron shavings and then throws them up, mutters a couple words, and this green energy forms around it into the shape of a war pick, and and then it solidifies into an actual war pick, but it still has this like green shine to it as he uses the spell summon weapon. And no, this is person specific. So then he runs up and he starts helping you dig. Sorry, I need to never check my phone during D&D. I won't because I'm like, oh, a text message. Ah, frick. I don't know where Nick is, but I know he can hear. So, after I don't know about 15 minutes of what's your strength modifier? I don't think you don't have a 20. No. Yes, you have. You're at level 4 right now. 4. Uh-huh. and martial classes get their second attack. Which I completely forgot because Fixes like should have had 2 attacks per action last game. Oh, same as Fix. Perfect. All right, so you two just start going away at this, and about like 20 minutes later, you get it whittled down, and you being the dwarf you are have like been collecting the ore in it. So like you've been like disregarding things that obviously wouldn't be though, because you can tell it's like gray rock and then like this um like shiny metallic gray ore, and so you've been grabbing the ore as Fix has just been clearing it for you, and you mine your way through to the point where you can move it, and you guys take the meteor and you roll it off to the side a bit, and then you can continue digging if you like. And when it moves, you see Noah, you've seen something similar to this before. This like strand, like it's almost someone took like a round wire about like this big and like ripped it up from the ground and then tied it into a bunch of knots and wrapped it around itself. But it's instead of like a wire, it is this bluish purple energy that is looks almost living. And it's not nearly as big as the one that you've seen, Noah. It is a fraction of the size, just small enough to be under the meteor. And Fix, once the meteor is moved, goes, yes, I've never seen that before. And pretty sure that impact caused whatever that is to form. Magical, I'm assuming, but I don't know anything about magic. Like a knot, yeah. Mhm. And if I had the best guess, that right there is probably what was causing the magic to go all wonky. No one's touched it yet, no. Who are you asking? The same color as your energy. It looks similar in color to the orb that you have seen. You can certainly try. Make an Arcana check. Jack, as you look at this growing sense of familiarity begins to feel you. There's begins to be this pull on your mind to go towards it. It's so similar, and like this feeling sets upon you, the same feeling you get when you're enter that dreamscape, where you can see that orb and you need to get to it, but you never can. You always just fall short. But do you go up? Do you walk up? You touch it. All right, you guys watch as Jack starts to walk up and he puts his hand out to go and touch it. You just said it. You just like walk forward, like it's like when a toddler grabs your ankle and you just kind of like drag your leg and continue forward. As your hand goes to touch it, it is not solid, it is energy. Your hand passes into it. And the second your hand passes into it, your eyes roll back into your head. You are pulled from this reality. and you're back in that dreamscape you've been in before, darkness around you, and you look to try and find the orb, and you turn around, and it's a foot away from you. And then all of a sudden, there's this burst of pain in your head, and images begin to flash in very quick succession, one after the other, all at once, filling your brain as if as if someone just dropped a zip bomb and unloaded it in your mind. There's a boat, a house, books, people, fire, screaming, silence. The longer the images appeared for, the more painful it was. You are going to take... what happened to my other one? Here it is. You're going to take 2d8 points of psychic damage. So you're going to take 9 points of psychic damage from this. And you yank your hand back the second you touch it. All of this happened within the course of like a second. But to you, you felt like you were in there for at least 2 days. You have 2 points of exhaustion. I don't remember. Yeah, say it's by your hit points, I think. And as you pull your hand back, you understand now. The images, it was a lot, and you weren't able to remember them all, but you gained something. Whatever is inside that has been inside of this, whatever this is, its name. You have a name. Magus. Magus. That's whatever it is. It's Magus. Yeah. And then as your vision starts to come back to you, Valeris. The Valeris. You know that. Where is Valeris? That was the town that you were looking for. And then as you turn and you look at your party, you see Noah, your sister, your twin, who is only older than you by 3 minutes and 14 seconds. Yes. The 14 seconds bit was added by my coworker today. He said, "Gotta love a good pie joke." Shout out, James. And so all of this happened in a second. But now you have more information, you have more memories. You're just gonna just fall back? Magus. All right. You guys watch as Jack yanks his hand back and then kind of like looks at Noah with these bloodshot eyes and then just fall back, passing out. Make a medicine check. Oh, also, your spell slots have all been renewed, Nick. All of Nick's spell slots have been renewed. Renewed. You get them back. Oh. The 14. It's magic? Probably, yeah. Like, you don't know a lot, and you're just like, oh, man, I just wish I studied it. What'd you get on? It's a difficult thing to understand. What was the medicine check? He seems okay. He is exhausted. something took a lot out of him, whether it was the vortex or the battle or something, but he was just allowed his body to rest. We can hear the train for once. We just. I know you brought it up so many times. We just barely faintly heard the horn. Shut out, train. Well, as far as you can tell. Mm-hmm. Anyone who would like to try and figure out can make a religion check. Oh, Fix has never heard of this guy in his life. Fix just goes, not from the Feywild. Cadix is swinging away with his big axe. Yeah, but your wisdom is so high because it's your spellcasting modifier, so it balances out. Do you touch it? Yeah. All right. You reach your hand out, and Sandrick immediately is like, not again. Okay, so Jack passed out like in front of it, like directly next to this thing. So all she has to do is reach out. So if you had to get in her way for this, you would be like leaning, trying not to fall into it. So go ahead and. Canic's not listening. Ooh, this one glows. Then he passed out. So so he is 2'7". You very easily could just reach over top of him and touch this. 100%. So, Sandrick, to your dismay and alarm, she just reaches over top of you and touches it. And you watch as this little knot of energy flashes, and you know feel a surge pulse through you. And you feel your ability in the arcane almost renewed. You gain a second level spell slot back, and if you or two first level spells, and you look down as your hand is in this vortex of energy, and there is a little purple thread connecting you to this energy, and you notice a second thread go down and connect to Jack. It's the best way to put it, is it not? Here, let me see if I can find that connecting you. Oh man, it's so hard to describe just because of the nature of it. Is like this living knot of energy that is constantly moving. It is not just like a single like twist knot and then through. It's like um are y'all familiar with what a okay. I'm this is difficult to show simply because of what it's based off of. Makes it a little difficult. The version of it that you saw was huge, almost the size of a tower. This one is like 5 feet tall. So with that in mind, we are going to. It's based off of Strixhaven, like from Magic the Gathering. If you know what a snarl is, I figured you wouldn't. That's why I'm trying to find a good image of it, and every single version of it differs. It's essentially what it is. Your hand just kind of passes through, like with the hand that's in the energy, or your other one. Okay, yeah, your hand just kind of like passes through it, like you. In Samric, you watch as she like has one hand in, and then is like trying to grab at something that's not there. Okay. No, no, the meteor isn't even like you can't even like the meteor's not really connected. the The impact in the magical properties of the meteor seemed to have cut into whatever this energy is and has caused it to pull up and tangle just a little bit. It's the you can feel the energy and like where the energy stops, and it's not it's not tangible, but it's not intangible. Like you could pass through it all you want, but you can kind of feel where it is. Like it has substance, but like at the same time it doesn't. Pretty much. I guess this is the closest we're going to get This is the art off of a Magic the Gathering card. Oh, dang. I don't know what that is, Nick, but that could work. So, this is see the issue with Magic the Gathering snarls. It's because I took the concept of how they worked from them, but each Magic the Gathering snarl changes based off the type of land you use because it's elemental based off of the card game. So each land type has a different snarl to it. That's very similar to the thing Nick sent me. So the thing I just sent to Guildhall, kind of like that, but a little bit more condensed. So kind of pretty close to what you drew. Well, I mean, you got spell slots back, and yeah, that's about all that happens. Do you pull your hand out? As you pull your hand away, the thread visual dissipates, and you can no longer see it. No, he passed out. He just dropped down. He didn't get. He just kind of went. Well, yeah, if you're 2-7, that makes sense. Just dramatic. Fix. Fix. Well, I was expecting the thing I was after to be here, but I don't think it is. I have no idea what that is. I'm willing to give it a shot. You said it rejuvenated your magic? He's gonna kind of walk up to it, put his hand to it, and you can see this little burst of energy shoot through him. And then he looks to you, and he looks to Jack. He pulls his hand back. Interesting. Well, you were right. It did rejuvenate my magic, but you're connected to it? No. Well, I mean, the only way for me to explain it was if you were to put your hand in. You put your hand in it, and you feel this burst of this arcane rejuvenation as a second level spell slot is restored, or 2 first level spell slots are restored. And you feel this arcane surge, and you're essentially your arcane battery that you as a caster has refill. And then you see it too. You see this purple thread. Just this little thread connect Noah and go into this energy, and then a second thread connect from the energy into Jack. No one else around you has it. Just just them. And then as you withdraw your hand, you can no longer see it. No, there's no gem in the center, but it just looks like something disrupted the flow of energy here. And by something, I mean a giant magical meteor that came smacking down at Mach who knows and tore through the fabric of whatever this energy is, causing it to be torn from where it was lying and not up. You can tell that it is moving, like it almost is alive, and it looks like it's trying to reseat itself. But it's kind of also hard to tell because of the nature of it. And you're like, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't actually know, just because of how it moves, and like the energy doesn't look like it flows to one place. It like where you saw it move forward once is now moving backwards, and it just kind of is like free flowing in every way it can go. It's a very beautiful sight. Same thing as everyone else. You touch it, and you feel this burst of energy, and like it almost, and for a second, it's like it doesn't know what to do or where to go. You don't have an arcane battery, but then it settles, and you feel this sense that this thing that you can call upon. You have the ability to cast Detect Magic once. It doesn't go away until it's used. Once you use it, you can't use it again, but you can cast Detect Magic once without any components. You can call upon this reserve of magic that this energy has granted you once. And then you see the thread. I can detect magic. Ah. I don't know what abjuration is, but it sure has that. And then you see a thread. 2 threads. One goes into Noah. One goes into Jack. And when you take your hand away, you can't see it anymore. Shut up, EP boy. Bro went, nope, EP time. No. Um, no. The last guy who was running fixed through a javelin through his chest as it exploded with divine radiant energy, and the guy just crumpled to the ground. Yes, there are bodies all around here. You feel this surge of magic in you, and um, you kind of you have the ability to call upon this magic, and you can gain the sense the sense of it allows you to ascertain magic. So like, you gather you. It's not like I can cast the detect magic spell. It does blah blah blah. It's just like I think I have this. I think I can do it once, and I think I can just see magic for an extended period of time once. It's the free trial version, though. The orcs from Warhammer. Oh, that's wild. Bro, Sophia the first. Put that in the Discord. Somebody write that in the out of context. Bit of both. Actually, Your Honor, Your Honor, my client was just feeling a little silly. Anyway. uh, if it's not here, I gotta move on. I need to find it. Well, he sent me in this direction. I'm pretty sure most things happen for some reason. Are you sure about that? No. You try, you pick up a vial and go through it, and it just kind of like stays where it is. Doesn't even look like it goes fills the vial. Um, uh, J- Fix is just Fix is like, I will move on until I find what I'm looking for. I might have been sent to help you on your quest. You might have been sent to help me. I don't know if I could have taken them all on myself, so I don't know all of the details. I just know that most things happen for a reason. Anyway, feel free to keep the meteor, and I do want my pickaxe back. He puts it in his satchel. Thank you, kind sir. He takes his war pick, puts it over his shoulder, his one full metal pauldron with the 2 acorns on it on the other side, and he turns and he goes, maybe one day our paths will cross again. But I have to be somewhere else now for the sake of I don't know what I'm doing. And he just kind of turns around and starts walking. You watch as he gets out of range of the crater and snaps his fingers, and a camel appears, and he gets on the camel, and he rides away. He puts as you watch as he turns around, his form turns back into that half elf, and he puts the cowboy hat back on. He saddles up on the camel and he starts to ride away. You war pick in hand. Now off into the tree line. He's going in like. He's continuing the distance, the way that you went. So you guys are going to turn around and go toward the road. He's going farther away. I've never seen it. Thank you. That was closer to the idea. No. I need to watch it. No. I need to watch it. Did he ride a camel? Well, then Fix is cooler. You don't even know Fix's full backstory. I don't want to hear it. You don't know how long this Fix has been alive for. I don't want to know because I haven't seen it and I still plan on watching it. Anyway, moving on. So, Fix leaves you all alone in your confusion. Caddick having refined basically all the ore out of the meteor. All right. All right. So, Caddick with his giant bag of rocks in one arm and Jack thrown over his other shoulder. You guys make your way back to your cart, getting close to nightfall, as it was a half a journey there, a half a journey back, or half a day's journey. Yes. So far, so good. Oh, that's a 52 on the literally the last one within range. Oh wait, this might be good. As you go, you walk up to one of the corpses, the final one within range, and you go to cast Druidcraft. And as you do, the flowers go around it, and then the corpse's eyes open and its mouth drops, and the flowers turn to thorns, and you just freak out. You are frightened of this thing until the end of your next turn. You guys watch as Senric basically dashes back away from a corpse that's covered in flowers. They're different than all the others. Are you freaking kidding me? Devin, you could have turned into a goat. If you roll a 57 through 60, you cast a random spell, you roll a d10. On a 9, it's polymorph, and you turn into a goat. You have to make a saving throw to see if polymorph affects you, but, like, still. Would have been funny. Anyway, so you guys continue your journey back, making it just after dusk, so it's pretty dark out. You remake your camp around your cart. You can close that out of the wild magic table now. And you guys are now, after this night's rest, officially level 5. It's okay, you don't get a lot at level 5. Martial classes get their second attack, cantrips double their damage. Your proficiency modifier goes up by 1, and you gain 3rd level spells. You do, and Jack does. I think. You can do that. Yeah. Apparently. That's new. That's 2024, not that's 5.5, not 5e. So I still need to read through that whole book. I haven't yet. So, as Jack and Noah level up and enter sleep, I have a couple paragraphs for the both of you. So druid magic is the exact same thing as cleric magic. You have every single spell at your disposal, and you just switch out what ones you want on long rests. It's not like wizard where you have to learn a new one every single time. You can have identify if you prepare it rightly. Yeah, and ritual spells don't require spell slots if you cast them as a ritual, which just is 10 minutes plus whatever time it takes initially. Well, I mean, you still it's still super useful. It's still super useful, especially when you start finding magic artifacts, because you will start finding magic artifacts. Being able to just know what they do instead of attuning to it to figure it out, it would be really nice if one ends up being cursed. You can make magic items, like your own bag of holding. So, twins, are you ready? He's been passed out this whole time. Jack. The last thing you remember is passing out by the. I keep wanting to use its real name, and none of you know what it is. By the knot of energy. You open your eyes, and you're in a small library. The smell of books fills your nose as the peaceful atmosphere of the library settles in. You look around, and on the table in front of you is a fully dried bottle of ink, and then a half-used bottle next to it. Books are scattered all over, open in stacks, just a cluttered mess of books. And you look down, and your hand has a quill in it, and you've been writing in at least the book in front of you. It's so familiar to you, too. You see the book, and you're like, I know that book. And then you go to read the words, and the letters move and shift and change. You can't make it out. The more you focus, the more the letters and symbols move out of focus. It's impossible to read. And then you look up and out the window, and you notice it's late. And the wave of fatigue falls over you as you now realize you've been in this library for a very long time and have not left or ate. Your eyes go heavy, and you lay your head down on the desk and let the darkness envelop you. You are now back in the darkness. You see the orb, once far, now way closer than it was before, almost next to you, and you hear a voice. Protect. Remember. Champion. And you open your eyes, still with 2 points of exhaustion, fully exhausted. And you look, and bits of arcane energy is bouncing around your fingertips. Little sparks of the aether. Noah! As you fall asleep, pondering whatever the heck Magus is, you're now back looking through the eyes of that same man you saw before, the one in plate armor. And he's furious. You hear him go, "What do you mean you don't have it? We are the only ones with the means to locate how such a thing was. How on Zimla did you lose it?" The two guards in front of him, one at attention, the other is scared. The scared one looks at him, he goes to talk, opens his mouth, and he cuts him off. "I don't want to hear your sorry excuses." And he goes to the guard who's at attention. "Put him in the prison for his failures, and get me someone capable of finding me that meteor." Your vision fades out. You open your eyes. Your jaw hurts, and your hands are clenched into tight fists. And you have to take a second to relax yourself in realizing that that wasn't you. Okay. And that's about when everyone else wakes up. Jack, you do lose a point of exhaustion, so you only have one now. Welcome back, Levi.
I feel like cranberry.
I don't hate it.
I'm gonna try one of Starbucks' new Christmas things.
Maybe. It still hurts.
Uh, They're cranberry bliss bars.
He said, "Find me someone capable." Where is it? Get me someone capable of finding me the meteor. What? Yeah, tell that to the white energy. I'm gonna copy and paste the note, send it to Mind Palace. What? She's called me worse. It definitely is. Not much worse, but still worse. I don't remember. Normally I say something and then you turn it around and be like, "You're a whatever." Well, I didn't say it was undeserved. I just said you've called me worse. What? I wasn't insulting anyone. That's the thing. I was just saying things. Usually I think it's when I correct you and then you respond with whatever I said back. Uh-huh, 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 uh-huh. It's a shame that I do what I want, so. He's trying his. It's okay. Me too, Devin. You know what's fun is casting Moonbeam then Wild Shaping because you can still hold concentration and move it around. No, but it's just a really good strategy to concentration spell while Wild Shaped. Sure does. Sure does. He wakes up a little bit later than everyone else, but he wakes up eventually. You muted Elijah? Oh. I didn't hear it, so. Well, my bad. Best I can do is some metal in this trying time. Only retained like 10% of it. Not even a second. I was. I'm thinking. I'm thinking. Saying my name doesn't help me think more. um, Probably not. It's a smaller town, and it's not near. If it's not anywhere near your area, at the very least. You also know that all of your visions have very blatantly always been based off the future. So this is an interaction happening in the future. Pretty much all of the. I mean, the rock is still there, but pretty much all the ore that could have been in it is no longer in it. Elros. Yeah, so you guys continue your journey over the next couple of days. You that was your long rest after leveling up because it was a half a journey to there, a half a day's journey there, half a day's journey back. That's a whole day. You rest, and now you're back on the road again. So you guys spend the next couple of days moving on to the next place. So you are able to sleep off that final exhaustion point. Senric. All right. So you guys spend the next couple of days journeying on. You make your way to this little village, small village, like about 250 people. Um, uh, you make your way in. Um, as you enter the town of Claywater. They are really close to the edge of the ocean. They have like a small river that runs through, and it's probably how you would guess they got their name. Um, you make your way in. What is our goal for the town of Claywater? Oh. Right. Are you guys going to... What? Are you... Alright, are you... What I'm asking, are you going to stay here, or are you just going to continue passing straight through? You are about... A what? That's up to you. I just figured people do finances in real life, so I didn't want to do it in in this. That's fair. Well, you're looking at a couple weeks travel. You're about 2 weeks. How long did I say it was going to be to get there? I don't remember what I told you initially. Um, um, okay, so it's a 3.5 week journey to get to where you're going. You're about, I think, 2.5 weeks in. You need 3 rations per day, except for you. So you don't worry about food, and you can feed the horse too. A berry is enough to sustain you for the day. Arguably, it's all 10. They changed it. It used to be 1. Okay. So you're fine, and then you guys need rations for the horse and for yourselves, and I think a ration's like a silver a piece, so 3 a day. It's 3 silver a day for 2.5 weeks. We'll just chalk it up to 20 days. So that's 60 silver. Divide that by 5. You get 6 gold pieces. Right? No, sorry. 12 gold pieces. I know how to do math, I swear. And then for the horse, I would probably say another 15 gold pieces. Yeah. Mm. You could also expend an extra spell slot a day to feed the horse and not have to spend the gold. Okay. He pays for the horse. Yeah, one berry. And so they didn't change it. So, arguably, if you can make 10 berries a day, none of you actually need to go spend money on food. And most of your lodgings on the road travel. Right. Almost all of your. You can feed the horse a berry too. That just. Technically, Caddick has been making meals. So even if he did make the berries, Caddick still has been cooking. So, still knock off all of the gold for food. Um, you really haven't been staying in many places. Unless you stay in the town of Claywater. About 250 people. Small place. It's got a tavern. It's got a blacksmith. That's about it. Most towns have a blacksmith, even if they're small, because someone has to do their metalworking. Would you say? A lot. Would you say? Uh, hmm, not here. That won't be here. So. With any what? Right, make a make a persuasion check. So you guys stop in the town for a little bit, kind of like park your car or your cart somewhere. Get out, basically stretch your legs. Senric, make a persuasion check. As you go around asking this, you run into the, and like most people are like, "Who are you?" Like, what? I don't know. Like, do you have any problems? Yeah, my taxes. Like, I know what you meant. What do you mean by what's the word? You're looking for a quest is essentially what you're doing, right? Right. Yeah. So most people are like, my taxes? Like, who are you? And you're like, and you're just like, oh, okay, yeah, that's fair. I agree. Me too. And you just kind of like, you both laugh it off and you move on to find another person to ask. And it's a lot of stuff like that, not taxes every time, but like, you run into this small gnome who's like the same size as you, long beard, and he goes, well, if you're asking, I need a flower. It only grows in one spot. And I need it for one of my clients. Yeah. Yeah, Samurais the only one here. He's told you why he needed it. He needed it for one of his clients. It's in a cave about half a day's journey from the town. Yeah, I have too many other orders to fulfill. I can't go get it, but I need it to finish this order. You look pretty strong. I'm sure you could get it. Well, why don't we? You can come back to my shop, and we can talk it over there, or we can sit down. And he points over, and he just like it's not big, and the town. The town's not big, and he just kind of like points over, and it's this little tiny little blacksmith shop. Like there's a little bit of an opening where an anvil is, and there's a little bit of a smoke from a fire, and it looks like the door that opens to probably like a bed and a chest, maybe two chests if he's able to get them in there. And like he starts walking toward it and he motions to you to follow. He pulls up a chair. He sits down on a stool. And he goes, motions for you to sit. They're tiny. They're fit for a gnome, so they fit you perfectly. Well, you see, one of my clients asked me to get this very specific flower. They're paying top coin for this, and for me to forge one of my swords and put the flower in the sword, not the hilt of the sword, in the blade. I'm the blacksmith. You don't gotta worry about the smith. You need to worry about the flower. They were very specific in what flower they wanted. And it only grows in that one cave. Well, this guy is paying top of the line for this. Lots of coin. I'm sure I could compensate you for your troubles. Besides, last I heard there was like owl bears in there or something. I'm not really sure. He knows of them. I have no idea if they're dangerous. I don't have time to go get it. You can't. Yeah, owlbears aren't. They're considered a monstrosity. So they're not creatures. They are. They are literally created by wizards. They're not naturally occurring creatures. I could probably get you 100 gold. I mean, he's paying me so much coin to make this sword. I think I could spare 100 gold. Yes, sir. He marks it. It's about a little bit northwest, northeast from your position. More north than east. Northeast, if you will. Oh, that makes a lot more sense. I was worried that if you were going to do this on your own, that makes more sense. The price doesn't change. Well, as soon as possible would be nice. This is a client that I would like to serve. I live here. All right, I'm gonna get back to work now, if you don't mind. And he picks up the little pouch that he was carrying when you ran into him, and goes to sets it down by the anvil, and then starts up the billows for the forge. What? Why does it do that? Thanks, Nick. No, that's from Devin. That's from Devin when he made that comment. That's what that's from. Yeah, that's what that's from. Nick, is it fixed now? Who's what? What? Gnomish, actually. No, he's a gnome. Or he's a dwarf. Yes, the guy is a gnome. Why won't this fix it? How do I fix it? His character is intrigued by a flower. Let him be intrigued by a flower. Well, I just broke my audio. That's fun. What does the cantrip specifically say? Yeah, you would need the seed of the flower, and you can accelerate its growth, but you still need the seed. For the sake of the corpses, we'll just say you had a basic flower seed, and you just threw it down and threw them up. Yeah. What in the frick and hey, bro?
I can only assume. I doubt he's gonna shove a dandelion in a steel blade.
There we
don't
go, I
know this
fixed
guy.
it.
We never talked to him. He might.
Why would he send a random person after a flower with magical properties, though? Magic is supposed to be dangerous.
I
have
asked
Have you
him.
seen Sandrick though? Like, let's be real. You got it, Micah.
I know I did.
We're good.
I could see the
And
thing
I'm gonna,
move.
I'm gonna wave at her when she says the M word and be like, even though that is
He's the one who
illegal,
said it.
The
even
M
though
word.
that, even though
I'm
that
sorry,
is
what?
illegal, alchemy is not.
Did I say the M word?
Yes.
No, she did. She was like,
Someone said
Oh.
magic.
why would she send us to go after a magical item very loudly?
I said the flower probably has magical properties.
Oh, and that. You
I
both
know we're
did.
laughing.
For
You
being
really did. I mean, it's
suspicious
always been-
people, you awfully just blurt things out.
Well, we're in the car, right?
No, we're hanging
I don't know where
around
you guys
outside
are.
in my head.
Okay, sometimes I get lost between what's in people's heads and what's out loud. It's okay. But it's not about that. They wouldn't send you after something that had abnormal properties just every day. It's probably just a normal flower.
All right, all right, all right. Connect. What do you say? What do you say we do? You want to go for this flower, or do you want to just go to Port Evo?
Yeah, really.
Aye.
You're not the
You're not-
deciding factor here.
Oh, I'm not the deciding factor?
It's an
Yeah,
even
say yes
party.
or no.
It's 4-4, so even if you
Oh,
split down the middle, it's fine.
Jack hasn't made a decision yet.
See, my character would want to go figure out how to do this smithing thing.
All
That's
right,
the only problem.
that's okay.
The
What?
the flower smithing thing.
Putting a
Yeah.
flower in a blade.
But I'm probably going to leave here in the next 20 minutes.
That
so-
we are. I mean, we are not going to get to the combat. If there is combat, you're not getting to it.
Well, I'm not talking about combat. I'm talking about if this takes longer than 20 minutes.
That's fine. Just
It's-
do what your
That's-
character
Or
would
didn't
do.
even
for
tell
your
us what the
seconds.
hell bears.
Play into the character.
Yeah, you guys don't
So-
even know about the
yeah.
upload, and that's fine. You told me about this. I made contingency plans. It's okay.
Yeah.
And by contingency plans, I mean we'll just make sure that
You're gonna-
Nick's notes are correct after the 2 different encounters he ran into.
Oh well, I would have.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave early because I have to get up at 4 in the morning to go to northern Minnesota for work.
Well, if we go do this, he can stay with the gnome and quote unquote he can watch him smith the stuff like because
Yeah.
gnome stuff, and us three can go do it. But
That worked.
The thing is, I don't think you'll get through all of it by the time next session rolls around, and so he won't be there.
I think we could just wait.
I think it'd be better just to wait.
Doesn't matter to me.
But that's only if you go and do it. What's the party doing?
yeah, what's your character want to do?
Attic?
Caddick wants this.
Yeah. It'd be smithing.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie, the benefits outweigh the cons. Half a day's journey. We might show up, give Jordan and Elros some more time. It is sketchy. I don't like any bit of it because 100 gold coins for a flower is just sketchy. But like, come on, we've herded a bunch of people. We're pretty capable.
Then we do it.
All right.
Oh, Good. I'm gonna like.
But we're gonna ask more questions, Sandrick.
Yeah, we would like to ask a couple questions.
Yes, that's fine. I'm gonna like pull out another one of my books of where I like catalog different flowers and plants and stuff. Maybe I could add a new one in. Could be interesting. And
All right, let's head there.
yeah, head back in.
All right, so all of you head back now. By this point, he has started smithing, and he is hammering away on a blade by his anvil. And as you approach, he sees you, puts a hand up, basically, like telling you to wait a minute. Continues hammering onto the blade, quenches the blade, and gives it a look. Gives it a light shrug, sets it down, turns to you and goes, this is your group then?"
Yes, and yeah, we think we'll do it. My friends here would like to ask a few more questions.
He wipes the sweat from his forehead, sits down on his stool, grabs his white beard, the soot from his hands getting caked in there, changing it, adding spots of gray to it. All right, what do you want to know?
Oh, okay.
We're just going into it.
Well, no, I thought she was gonna ask something first, but
No, you guys didn't.
All right.
No more questions.
Why 100 gold for a flower? And don't tell me because somebody else wants it.
I'm paying top dollar for a flower that only grows in one spot.
Why does it only grow in the one spot?
I don't know.
Well, how do you know about it then?
What is it about this specific flower that makes it important?
It looks cool to them. I don't know. I didn't choose it.
It's an aesthetic piece?
To them, probably yeah.
So did the guy, like, did the person walk up and be like, hey, sword, blah, 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 but I need this flower, it grows here, this is what it looks like, go get it.
Well, I mean, he said he wanted this.
Wait, who is the person who asked for this sword?
I don't think that's relevant.
It seems a little bit relevant, honestly.
I don't think
I'm gonna
my
like quick look at you
client
guys like.
matters whether or not it's a flower.
What's the name of the flower?
Why
I
you
knew
gotta do Micah like this?
I knew
Why
I
you gotta
needed to do
Micah
this.
like this?
No, I knew I needed to do this. I just never got around to it
Hold up.
because I've been tired.
Would it be Wolfsbane? Is that the name?
Wait.
Would it have the wolf bane?
Is it purple?
No.
Can you imagine? Oh.
A good DM recycles.
I'm not using Wolfsbane. That doesn't grow in a cave.
All I remember is that it's purple.
Hang on, I need to go make a protein shake out of Wolfsbane real quick.
What?
Alright,
Wait a minute. What do you mean by that?
He's gonna kill himself.
Mhm.
That's what he means.
Or he's just gonna off himself.
Lunaris
Maybe night
Bloomthorn.
food.
I don't know. I just asked ChatGPT to make me a flower name.
you know I'm mad now because I was going to say something with thorn in the name and now I don't want to because you said that. 'Cause you
Lunaris
used Chat.
Bloomthorn.
Nope.
Lunaris?
Nope.
Damn it.
Sure, we'll do Bloomthorn. That's fine. I hate that. I don't like using ChatGPT.
Look, dude, we needed quick answers.
I know,
and it
I
gave
don't like
to
using
us.
it. It is called Bloomthorn. It only grows in that one specific cave.
What does the
Okay.
cave look like?
I don't
Do we
know.
wing
I
it?
haven't
God.
been.
Is there
Oh
any
my
dangers in this cave?
gosh.
I mean,
guys.
I've heard rumors about owl bears, but I don't know if they're dangerous.
Well, I don't know
So-
what they are, so
Well,
Dang it.
I barely know what they are.
I mean, it's a bear. It
Owl
sounds
bear.
like a
Yeah,
bear.
yeah.
No,
I don't
no.
know anything about 'em. See, owl bear.
It might-
bear
it might be
owl.
cute.
Oh.
You know what other? No, none of us know. what
Yes,
it is.
sassy gnomes be sassy to the sassy people.
There's just 4 people in a room who don't know what owlbears are.
Mason, I don't give a rip what you say. Sorry, he's in the chat. AI can
Alright.
die for all I care.
What's do you have like a picture so we know what it looks like, or is it,
yeah,
or is
let
it just
me-
like prominently like the only thing in this cave?
I mean, I haven't been there. How would I know?
Awesome.
You know, I
Sounds
like the
you
other
know
friend better.
absolutely nothing, and we're getting paid a shit ton of money to do an easy job.
Why do you
Thank
think
you,
you're getting paid so
goodbye.
much? I don't know anything.
All right, we'll do it.
Thank you. Now, if you excuse me, I have a sword to refinish because somebody rushed me.
We didn't rush anything. Bye.
You managed to make him angry. We'll go.
Once they leave, I'm gonna just look back and say,
Before you say anything, he
Sorry.
looks at you. You put up with them?
"Oh God, you know, they're honestly not so bad. It's just when other people, they're not really good with them. I'm sorry."
Yeah, well, you know, we could have had a whole. Can I detect his service thoughts?
We could have. And it would have been, oh my god.
Yeah, I could have done worse.
They're just over here like, what are these? What he's just looking at us like, what are these eldritch horrors that are diving into my mind?
All right.
It's true.
Alright, so. You all begin your journey towards the cave. I don't think I want to do anything else for the sake of Elijah.
Yeah, I'll probably just head out here.
So we wanna end the campaign when he leaves too. Or
Yeah, the entire
Yeah, we're
campaign is
ending
gone.
actually the
Yeah.
campaign over. New characters, guys.
make new characters.
We did it.
Get it
We
over
got
with.
the
We're just
memories
doing
back.
one shots from here on
That's a wrap.
throughout the year.
The
That is
BBEG
a
was
wrap.
talking to that
I
guy.
don't do one shots. I don't even do one
That
shots.
gnome was it.
Y'all see me run one shots. They're still
That
not
was
even
the
one
last
shots.
character. The gnome. I didn't know his name.
I'm the one checking.
You didn't ask him.
Dang it.
He has a name
Gnome
too.
guy.
Don't worry, I was ready
The
for it.
one, the one time Micah's prepared.
Dude,
Yeah.
I
The one
have
time Ellie
names
doesn't
for
have her name.
tavern keepers in taverns you haven't even been in.
What's the name of the smithery?
There was no name.
Okay.
Of the smithery? There was no
Gnome
smithery?
guys.
There
Gnome
is a
guys.
town of 250 people. I don't think they really need to name it.
Name a smithery.
He didn't name it. There's not that many people there. It's really not hard. He's the only one.
All right, guys.
The tavern doesn't even have a name.
Yeah, Elijah.
I'm gonna head out. I gotta get before the morning.
Sleepy.
Cheers, mate.
I got a 7-hour and 45-minute drive there and a 7-hour and 45-minute drive home. So
Don't
Oh,
die.
Where are you going?
I'm
Northern
going to
Minnesota?
Itasca, Minnesota. It's about an hour and 45
You better
south of
get
Canada.
money. You better leave with a briefcase after that job. Good lord.
We're doing 3 hours worth of work.
Oh my gosh.
Best of
It's an
luck.
emergency service. So, all
Be free.
right, I'll catch you guys later.
Luck.
I'm gonna
See ya.
end the stream. Punt the gnome? Oh my gosh. Mason. Oh yeah,
Sad.
Mason, you
Sometimes
missed
I
it.
miss
Mason, we
Mason.
start at like we start at 7.
2 hours isn't long enough.
What time
No.
does Mason think the stream starts?
I don't know when Mason thinks the stream starts, but it's at 7. I know that you're
Gosh.
usually cleaning up dinner by then, but it's at 7.
Dude, I just thought. I
What's
just
over
had a
here?
crazy thought. So
Hmm.
wait, is there any limit to that? Because like, so
What?
the Warcaster feat, you can
Mhm.
cast a spell as a reaction,
Mm-hmm. Melee
and it just
spell.
says it has to have a 1 action
Mhm.
casting time. That's all the
Yeah.
qualifications it seemed. So I could just like reaction cast anything almost.
Right, but it's against it's against the creature, so it's an opportunity attack.
Yeah.
Right? That's what it says. So
Yeah.
it has to be against the thing leaving your combat radius. So anything with a range, like a ranged spell, you're having to do it at disadvantage because they're still within 5 feet of you at the time.
Well,
So a melee spell would be like the only really good one to do.
let me see here. Oh, I also didn't. I sometimes forget about that rule. You have to have hands open to do somatics things.
Not with the Warcaster feat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a perk of it, and I forget without it you can't do
Yeah.
that.
So, do you guys have any questions about the paragraphs of information that I have just dumped on your faces?
Oh, shoot. Totally missed it. It says only target that creature.
We
You can't
did it.
target multiple creatures.
What'd you say, Ryan?
And we're twins. We did it. We finally figured out something.
Well, you figured out a couple of things.
We figured out Valeris. We figured out
You
that we're
have
twins.
2 names and twins.
We got 2 names and twins.
Dude, you two are developing a lot more, and I don't like it.
Well, I don't know when to give you your memories back, Devin.
No, not me. I'm talking about them.
Oh.
Them two. Jack and Noah. They're bouncing off each other more, and I don't like it. It's bad for them.
We're
It's
like
bad
we're
for
bouncing
them.
off each other more.
That's the point.
They're like, I hate this guy. Yeah, I hate this guy too. We should kill this guy. Man, we probably
We're
should kill this
siblings,
guy.
man.
I'm like, no, don't kill this guy.
He's
We
just a gnome.
escalate. It's like thing 1 and thing 2. You gotta stop it.
Dude, that is gonna get us in trouble one day. We are gonna actually like question the wrong person, and he's just gonna be like, "Why are you asking questions? Are you a witch?" And we're
Hey,
gonna-
we questioned that.
She has
like,
pockets.
hey, okay. It's on me because I forget when I'm in the
Hey.
mind speak and when I'm out loud.
Mason, that's not true.
When I'm out loud.
you're gonna pull but like you know how like as a kid you didn't know how to write an A and an E, so you wrote it so fricked up that it could be either one, like in a word. Like there, like if you're writing there, you'd be like THEA. I don't know, just mix them together and RE, you know, because you know the RE's at the end. So that's what you're gonna do is like, was that mind speech or was that not? And you're gonna be like,
I
yes.
don't know. Like, it's literally like a little bit of character bleed of like I forget when I'm talking where.
It's
just
great.
annoying.
It adds for amazing scenes, like when you out him as a
You are
druid.
unironically gonna break our cover more than Whisk is.
I know. It's
Whisk
so
is not
annoying.
gonna be the one that like.
But
says
Whisk
something
is
out in the open.
Whisk knows to look out for others. Like he still doesn't trust anyone.
Yeah.
He doesn't. He barely trusts your party.
Dude,
he
I'm
only
waiting
trusts
for a
you.
moment when we get like imprisoned and all I have is Whisk and he's gonna get us out. He's gonna have a character. It's gonna be great.
I can probably
As
get
he,
us one
as he
level.
ages, he gets more abilities. I highly nerfed him from the actual original stat block I based him off of.
He can do some crazy stuff.
And he can do crazy stuff now. Imagine when he's not an infant.
Using him as a distraction and to just be annoying is gonna be useful.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you guys have questions about the paragraphs of information,
I don't think so. I think I got what I was supposed to from it.
did we determine the streak of white energy bit? Did that get ironed out?
Oh, no. Is it... I was taking notes on types of magic, because Fey magic is green, Ether magic is bluish
Fey magic.
purple.
It wasn't Fey magic, it was derived from a deity.
Green?
Fix's magic was very specifically derived from a deity.
And what color was that?
It was like a dark green that had like this light green shimmer to it. As opposed to Devon's just green, like light-ish green.
See, that's where I got... Oh! No, I just assumed because Fix was from the Feywild that it must be Fey magic.
Nah, he's a paladin. Which he's told you, you know this.
Yeah. Wait, so what is white magic then?
There was none.
What? Yes, there was.
Where?
In
I sent the
vision
whole
I had.
paragraph.
Not this one.
That's the one where they were fighting. What one?
Oh, this is a different thing than I thought it was.
Um,
When you described it out loud, you said white magic.
I don't think I ever did that.
No, you
I
did.
normally read these word for
Nick, pull
word.
it up.
I almost always read these word for word.
Got 4K.
This is the one about the other thing of energy that you see.
Here,
Can I have the paragraph from today so I don't have to type it?
it's in the thing. You don't have to type it. You already pasted it.
No, that's not from today.
Oh, is it not?
No.
Can I have the paragraph from today so I don't have to type it anymore?
This is from the other one. This is the war one.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
the one
God.
that you told me that it was from.
Yeah,
I underlined it for you.
I'm not seeing anywhere in my notes
that's
where
from
I
my
have.
note. Nick, that's from my notes.
Well, I don't have 100%. Yeah, but you wrote yours off of him saying it, so he
Did he
said
say it on stream?
I don't
Uh,
remember saying any of this. Okay.
If he didn't, then I don't know. We're bad note takers, but I think I'm pretty good.
Session point.
Yeah, and I write down like I literally write down the important things that you said.
I don't ever remember saying that.
And like I wrote it in
where's
tweets for some
twins?
reason.
Here it is, the twins lane. Let me see.
Oh, Devin, you want to see something cool that I have access to now? Here, I'll put a picture of it into
Yeah.
Guildhall.
Perambulate. Blah, blah,
Battlefield
blah.
Warzone, someone casting spell white energy. And then the man who casts the white spell says we need to leave.
The guy who cast that spell said it.
The guy who cast the white spell says we need to get out of here. Like I wrote down that it was the same guy who cast the white spell.
Okay, we need to get out of here. Then if I said something like that, it was in because it's not directly in my notes. Then I must have just added him replying with a bolt of energy
So
because
Dang.
it would have been lightning bolt if it was white energy. You recognize this man?
wow.
You hear shouts of war. We need to get out of here. You see the man reply. How'd they find us? It's supposed to be protected. He finishes speaking. There's an explosion of fire. Dodges out the way. Still getting seared by the fire. His fireball still hits. You just take half damage. A voice comes from the figure you're looking
So
through.
you
Doesn't
could
matter.
almost
We need to join the
extend the
others.
Distance of your spell,
Another
because it's like you're
reply.
casting a spell from the position of the other person.
Yeah,
A bolt of
That's
lightning
so
blasts
weird.
between them, missing them.
it's so cool though. But like, I wonder if I
Nothing
do that
about him
and
casting.
I can cast. So the other thing I took
Did you just copy and paste that out of Nick's
is-
I
notes?
don't know where you got that.
the other thing I took,
took
is
it
the
out of
one
Nick's
with the
notes.
shadows,
Mm.
and it's whenever I'm in dim light or darkness, I can cast invisibility on myself for free without expending a spell slot. And so if I do that and I'm hiding in dim light, I could cast invisibility on the person that I'm connected to.
That's
Because I'm in the same space as them. It's kind of weird on the ruling. It's up to Micah really, but you know what I mean.
I'm
But
not.
like,
There's nothing
if-
about white energy in any of this.
it's like if Cadet goes in,
That's
And-
it. I'm finding
and I'm
it.
and
connected
even
with
if
him,
I said it,
I can cast.
would've been
Arms of
wrong.
Hadar from Cadet, and everything in a 10-foot radius of him gets
Yeah.
affected
Would
by
have been
Arms of
wrong.
Hadar.
Oh, so
Yeah.
I'll cross it off.
I don't ever remember.
Yeah, that's so
saying
weird.
that, 'cause I don't try. I don't normally
it's not-
deviate
it-
too
it's
far
not
from my script
amazing
that I
because
write.
you have to expend an
I
entire
add
bonus
some stuff
action
for flavor
to
and bits,
switch as a
but
warlock.
this is the gist.
I
That's
just
a warlock
know
what?
that I wouldn't have written it down unless you said it, because I'm listening to
has-
what you're
Warlock
saying and
has
writing it
bonus
down.
action stuff.
If I said white energy,
No.
What type of warlock you
it
play?
would have bright energy or white energy.
I wrote down white
I-
energy twice.
It's
Twice. That's nowhere
Yes.
in here.
like
If I said it,
what is it called?
it would have been from
I
the.
can't think of what it's called right now.
If there is white energy, it would be coming from the opposing side. So
Okay,
not
the
from the
gray
two
old
guys in
one.
the conversation.
Wait, there's spells coming from both sides?
Yes. They are. If you read it, fireball explodes next to them. A lightning bolt goes between them. They are being attacked. There are spells being slung in both directions.
Well, now I have different questions.
And then I took.
Which is why
took
I
fly and
asked
roll
about
first.
these things, saying, hey, do you have questions about these paragraphs? Because there's a lot of words.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused because Warlock's different now, so I'm like, what? I don't know.
Warlock never had bonus action stuff.
Jack's also a bit of a
Well,
broken.
no, I'm not
warlock.
talking about that. I'm talking about like you
He's-
taking
what?
spells now, so it's like weird. It's
Jack
different.
as a warlock is a bit broken.
That's just the class. I can't. It's because he doesn't get normal spell slots. He only gets 2.
I only
I
have
No,
2 spell
like
slots.
he kind of broke warlock as a class for this character a little bit.
What do you mean?
I thought you were working under wizard stuff.
I was, and then I made a pact with the guy.
Yeah, so
bring
do
us
you want
back
me
to
to send
life.
you the twins? I have a whole thing in note called the twins lane, which is what I gave you
Oh.
guys before session 0. If you want that,
But we have been twins this whole time.
yes,
You've been lying to us.
of course I have.
Have you guys been twins? He's like.
Why
he's
do you
just
think I kept
wondering if we wanna
misspeaking?
change
It's
it.
because I have a thing called twins
Yes,
lane
we have
since
been this
session
entire time.
since before session 0.
Yeah, send
You
to
know.
us.
You were like, oh, they don't know? Alright.
I'm gonna reread this and make
I've not
sure.
decided your guys' ages. Eve's calling us twins.
I don't know your age yet.
We don't either.
Look, I can read it right here. I have my backstory right here.
Eh,
Is your age?
close enough. You
I wrote
probably have all
that.
this
Wait.
information. I wrote that. All
Yeah,
right.
no, you literally wrote it.
don't
Don't. I
need
hate
it.
when you're like,
I hit the
I
character
wrote
limit.
the entire backstory. Listen, I wrote the rough draft, and then you made it fancy.
I can't
I'm
physically
just saying-
send this.
I don't need him to send it to me because I wrote through it. Like,
That's fair.
I'm not sending you the backstory. I was gonna send you the twins lane, which is the starter paragraph that I gave you guys from the very beginning. It has the what happened before you guys woke up bit.
Put it in my notes.
I can't. It's over 2,000 words.
So
Well, then
send
put it in
to
half.
separate messages.
It's what I'm doing. That's that,
gazing
and then
mind
this.
feature is just like, oh my god.
you, Micah, you
I don't
worked
think
the
it's
notes
too
that I
crazy,
made
though.
about
Because it's an
Uh,
action to do.
mixed
It's a-
vision.
It's a
What'd you say?
bonus action to
You worked
maintain,
in the
so
notes I
it's a
left
lot
about
of-
mixed visions.
It's not a
Yeah.
quick thing, but there's a
It
lot
was
you
really
can do
cool.
with it.
I'm just, it's cool.
It's
I
it-
have
no, it's just a
a
bonus
separate
action.
note,
so like
in
how
the
I'm
same
thinking
category as the
it's
twins
really
lane
good
called
is
Stories of an
before
Amnesiac.
combat, because like say
And
you
it's
send
I just
someone
copy and
to go
pasted the
talk to
things you
guards,
made, put them there.
Mhm.
I cut them
And
out when
then
I use them, so I
what you
control
can
X
do
and then
is
paste
look
it, and then
at
I
the person.
build it.
They're up talking.
So
engaging.
there are my
Something
foundation
goes
that I
wrong,
build
you
the.
can pop like say
backstory on.
arms of Hadar, hit them all.
I've been
and
using
then
that as
this
much
Like,
as I
person
can.
wait,
that
wait
was
a second.
engaging with them can attack too.
What?
So you get like 2 instant
No, like it's just like cool to see that like
yeah.
surprise
like,
attack
you-
thing.
You gave me
don't
these
have to
resources. I'm
physically
not
be
gonna
there.
waste them. Like these are really
Yeah.
helpful and
Oh,
pinch.
Well,
even
you run those.
crazier. Wait, does the person know that this is happening to them?
Yes, it's a
And-
willing creature.
And
Oh, that's well.
I
even
try and
so,
find the
you
ones that are
could
most
we could
relevant to what I'm
convince a
trying to
commoner-
portray or what's happening right now.
We could mind wipe a commoner or something like that,
Whoa,
and then we have
not
them
doing
go
that.
somewhere, and then you just pop off
Bro
lightning
wants to
bolt
use like a
and
7th level
absolutely
spell. Dang.
murk people, and then
Devin
they kill
wants
the
us to, like,
commoner, and we're
mess
just
with-
like,
Devin,
oh,
Devin,
bomb.
he has to be within 6 feet of the creature to be able to cast
be
I know,
spells
six
but
through.
feet.
that's like that's
60
such a
feet is
distance.
not that
You turn
far
invi-
as far as spells and ranged weapons are concerned.
But what I'm saying is, you could turn invisible,
Bro,
and like just have someone else be the fall guy, even though they're willing to. Like I don't know.
so him with his spell sniper that triples his ability to hit anything could do that instead. But from way
But there
far
would be
away.
no fall guy. There would be no.
There
fall
wouldn't
guy.
need to be a fall guy. He'd be so far away no one could see it happen.
And it's also just the surprise element. Like, say he does it to me, and we're going, and then something goes wrong. He can make a spell through me, whilst not physically being there.
Yeah. It's more of like thinking on like if one of you guys are gonna go in and I'm able to do this, I have another way of supporting you other than just I'm a million feet away. Eldritch Blast.
But also,
Like-
a million feet away, Eldritch Blast is kind of
I literally have so many other like spells that are like just generally good.
that you're
Yeah.
forced to cast at level 3.
Yeah, well, Hellish Rebuke. I don't know about that one.
That's a really good
A
spell, especially at
100?
level 3.
I can make
40 times.
100. My 3rd level spell can make 100-foot radius of difficult terrain.
But like, imagine,
That is
like
insane. We can get
imagine-
away from everything.
I'm paired with Noah, and Noah somehow gets into a close-on-close combat situation, all right, if you will, and I'm currently connected with her. I'm 60 feet away, hiding somewhere. I can cast Hunger of Hadar from her. She can't see, but I can direct her out. I share her senses, but I still have my senses.
Would I still
And
be able
perceive
to like
through its senses until
mind
it,
link with you?
as long as it's in the same plane.
What?
Would we still be mind linked?
It's like another. It's like a
Um,
in addition to mind linking kind of.
it doesn't say. It says you touch a willing creature and perceive through its senses. So I'm looking at this like the find familiar spell when you enter its senses. So I don't think you can just be yourself and her at the same time. It's one or the other, and I don't think you get to put your eyes through her eyes. You're just seeing through her eyes. Because it also says you benefit from any senses they have and can cast spells as if you're in that space. So I think you literally are just putting your consciousness in their body temporarily.
So we wouldn't be able to mind link because I wouldn't have consciousness.
I don't.
No, you still would have consciousness. I
It
would
doesn't
just
say
also-
anything that you can't move around of your own free accord, but I think his body
It's
would
like
be
it's
doing
like
anything.
having. It's like I'm an unseen servant in the same space as you. That's basically it.
That's horrifying.
No, it's more of like
It's like sharing mind space.
it's more of like he's using you like a familiar. So
No,
yes,
do not say it like that. I cannot force them to do anything.
no, but as far as the mind link of being able to see through them, because I don't think you keep your stats, because you
But
see through
I-
their senses,
Yeah,
not yours.
just their. Yeah.
So you
But
wouldn't
I
have your
don't
dark
see-
vision stuff.
If we're linked,
Okay.
I can't see.
No, you can.
You can.
I can?
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
you're
wait,
you're, you're not
completely normal.
infected in any way.
You
You're completely normal.
Are
I
completely
can
fine.
just, I just see through your
He
senses.
he gets
I just use your senses
Yeah.
and can cast spells from your position.
How does this work with this is so adjacent. How does this work with the visions? Like if I was having a vision, could he mind like do
You're
this
both
thing?
asleep at the same time.
Okay, that doesn't always have to be the case.
It
I don't think.
is.
Oh, it is. Never mind. If I'm scrying, then could he potentially see what I'm seeing in the meditative state?
You don't know.
Interesting.
I just took it. I'm like, that sounds cool. Kind of fits with the character.
Yeah, no. So your body, you aren't going to be able to move around. Well, you can move around, but you won't be able to see, or touch, or smell, or hear from your body. You'll be doing all of that through her body. So you can move, but that's as much as you're going to be able to do because all of your
I'm like
senses are
Helen
being used.
Keller.
Don't bring Helen Keller into this.
Nice.
No, because
But, like-
but you can't feel either.
Don't
Yeah.
bring Helen Keller into this
Okay.
at all.
I felt like I need a freaking guide on what spells to get because
So
this
my
is-
question is, Micah, is I also took one with the shadows. If I do this and then cast one with the shadows,
don't
does
know what
my
that
body
is.
become invisible? I can cast invisibility on myself without expending a spell slot.
Okay.
Do I become invisible, or does the person I'm connected to become invisible?
That depends.
It
You
doesn't.
can cast spells as if you were in this space or the other creature's space, if you're within 60 feet of each other. So, are you casting it on yourself or them?
I would be casting. I would attempt to cast it on them.
Well, then you would essentially cast it on yourself as them, and then they would go invisible.
Huge.
But you would be concentrating on it, But if they were to do anything while invisible, like cast a spell or attack, it would still go away unless it was a greater invisibility.
So I'm gonna fight you on that because I'm casting it on them with my mind.
Mhm.
Their mind.
Your
is
mind
casting a
has the
different spell.
concentration. If they take damage, it won't affect the concentration of the spell.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure, almost 100% confident that it states in the spell, if the person who's invisible attacks or casts a spell, it dispels the invisibility.
The target makes an attack roll, deals damage, or casts a spell.
Yep.
So if they're the target, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
I can also cast fly on them. That's
You
besides
could do
the-
that. That would be more entertaining.
I just realized that everything that has a touch range is actually not touch.
Jack is an insane character.
That's probably because of your
Spell
feats.
sniper.
Yep. So, do we have questions? Any more questions about all of the dreams that you have gotten?
This is so much.
Any clarification needed?
This is so much, man.
I know. I feel like that meme with the guy with the corkboard who's just like,
I also feel like that, but I feel like for different reasons.
you want to see my notes? They're all over the place. They're color-coded, though. All of the red ones are for the sessions. This is the recap one. All of the brown ones are for world lore. And then all of the blue ones are for anything that's not from this campaign or for campaign ideas. The
Yo, wait, this
yellowish
is
orange
actually-
ones are for the twins. And yeah, that's about it.
This is actually kind of crazy for telekinetic.
I keep forgetting that you have telekinetic abilities.
I don't ever really use it. I mean,
No, you
sometimes I
don't.
do.
Yeah, he does when
Basically,
he's
all it
practicing
does-
them in the cart.
Yeah.
I'm pushing stuff.
He's like,
Jordan's gonna freak when he finds out about that.
"What?"
No. The imp doesn't exist anymore.
Not the end.
Now it's able. And I can add 2 to any ability score. Or
Man.
any roll, basically.
I feel like the moment Elros and Jordan figure out like all the things that are going on with the twins, they're gonna be like, okay, what happened here?
They don't need to know.
Because there's an insane amount of things going on.
It's a lot of lore. There's a lot of lore behind it.
There's so much lore, and you barely scratched the surface of what's
We know
going on.
See?
none of it.
I write.
Which is why I'm
I-
asking if you need clarification on any of the paragraphs
If I need clarification, I'll text you.
of visions. Yes, please do, both of you.
See, well, all my visions are, oh, hey, look, in orb, protect. That's it. That's literally
Right,
it.
yeah, but like even then, there's still details that either I have failed to properly add or have been misinterpreted.
And I'm getting like directly like brain transplanted into whoever this guy is.
That's only happened twice.
Shout
So-
out that guy.
Every guy,
Shout out to-
every
Let's see,
vision
he's
in the
good.
future you've had has been like seen through the eyes of someone else.
Yeah, these random guys.
They did teleport. They do have magic.
I teleport.
I
And I
almost,
didn't meet the one guy.
you've only met one of the guys you've seen in the visions.
Isn't that guy
He-
dead?
Yeah, he died very
Yeah,
shortly
he's
after
dead.
you meeting him.
He's told that I'm now wearing his necklace.
You know, a bunch
The
of
one
people
he stole,
die
yes.
After
The
we
one I
see them.
drew on my notebook.
Also, the one he stole. Yes.
Bruh, you know what kind of pisses me off? I cannot add the summon Fae or a Fae spirit. Like, cause you know, there's so many summon spells, and you can't add any of those summons like to your extras.
Yes, you can.
No, try to find Fae spirit.
Face spirit? Okay.
You just haven't figured it out yet.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure if you go back to the streams, you can find the amulet drawn out on the whiteboard behind me.
Okay, you said a face spirit?
Yeah. That's what. That,
What
like
spell?
I have
What spell are you using?
summon Fae, and it's literally it has the whole stack block in the spell, but I can't get that stat block and extras. I have to constantly like go to my spell, open it up.
Well, also that requires 300 gold pieces to summon or to do. So
Oh,
What?
yeah.
The flip?
Yeah,
I
a
wouldn't take it if
gilded
I were you.
flower worth 300 or more gold pieces. Oh yeah, make sure you're watching your spell components because if it costs
Criminal.
gold to use the spell, you have to buy that item.
Criminal.
Mm-hmm.
Does that last forever? It's concentration up to an hour? Criminal. What the I could you could revivify someone.
Okay.
yeah, it doesn't exist. You're right.
But what other summons spells?
Oh. In campaign 3, you can see Elaine's boat drawn behind me. That's something.
What? You drew a boat?
I did. It's on the white. This whiteboard changes all the time.
It's true.
For a couple of weeks, apparently. And then I said I'm.
You can't do bestial spirits either. There's just no.
Yeah. Well, how much gold does that one take?
Oh, it was over the
It's a
garden
level
wall.
2 spell, so I would be upset if it took a lot. Or anything.
I also had Face Spirit as an option. I went 300 gold. No, thank you.
Oh,
200 gold pieces. Guys, we gotta do more side quests.
We're not doing more side
I
quests. Oh my
I
goodness.
wanted to be a summoner, but this
I
is
hate side
like
quests.
I'm not gonna be a summoner.
You're gonna go with the elemental strat where it's like, I summon elementals and I actually add 3d8 fire damage to all my attacks now.
I love how our
Like-
one shot got 0 views.
That's okay. It
normal.
normally happens.
Everything else has like 2 or 3 views. Our one shot, nothing.
It's a one shot. We don't go back and watch it. Stuff.
It's
I watch the one shots sometimes when I miss them.
Well, this one apparently didn't have audio for the first half because Discord switched the audio device output from my headphones to a different thing, and I didn't notice because my headphones are in the wrong mode because the switch got hit. Happens all the time. And so the stream wasn't
Looks
picking it
like-
up.
Summon Fae. That is.
I want opinions on the counterspell. Please.
I didn't take it.
I want opinions on the new counterspell, please.
Good
This
enough for
character
me.
doesn't have counterspell. The one I put last week did.
Right, the one that I just homebrewed, I changed again. I sent it earlier.
Yeah. Okay. So the minimum spell DC is what?
My computer.
16.
No.
Yes.
It's 10 plus the spell's level plus proficiency.
Yes. So 10. Oh wait, you mean the spell, the enemy?
Yeah. So it's 10 plus the level of spell you're countering plus the proficiency of who you're countering. So the lowest it could be is actually 13.
Like, to me, like, I'd say, because, like, most magic casters or things that cast magic don't have a great constitution to begin with. I
Most
say
things
be-
casting magic are proficient in constitution because that's how you make your concentration checks. Your concentration check is a constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
I guess.
And so what this is you're making an arcana check to counter the spell because you have to be knowledgeable enough to in arcana to know how to counter a spell, and the higher the level the spell is, the harder it is to counter because not only is that spellcaster more attuned in their spellcasting, it also is a way more powerful spell which requires more effort from you to counter.
So
But-
the arcane check would just go against your spell save DC?
No, so the arcana check is 10 plus the level of spell you're countering plus the caster's proficiency. So let's say it's a 5th level wizard casting fireball. That's 13 plus 3, that's a 16 DC. You have to beat the Arcana check of 16. If you cast it at a higher level, every level above 3 gives you a +1. So if you counterspell at 4th level, you make an Arcana check +1. And you need to hit 16 or higher to dispel it. Yeah.
You never answered my question.
What was your question?
So the way it's worded, it says 60 feet of yourself casting with verbal, somatic, or material components. If I cast a spell with 0 components, I can't get counterspelled.
Yeah, see, I saw you reply to that, and it wasn't... Yes, technically, yeah. They have to see you casting the spell to be able to counter the spell. Unless
they'll see the spell happen, and they're like, what the fuck?
Right, and unless it's like Fireball, where there's like a beam of energy being sent, and they recognize that as Fireball, and like they know it, then I could argue that they could try and shoot to dismiss it.
I would
yeah.
say I would say that that's a little broken because you're saying a DC of 16 at the 3rd level,
That
and then
well,
once we get
no,
so that's,
to counter a 3rd level spell.
yeah.
Well,
You're thinking of it like that, but like most people that are doing it are wizards. The Arcana is usually 6 or
usually
higher.
someone who is counterspelling has a high intelligence and is proficient in Arcana. And if you want to be good at counterspelling, become proficient in Arcana.
Yeah, that's true.
So it eventually went like 1 through 5. It kind of evens out to a basic D20 roll,
Right.
and then once you get past that, it's a little bit harder because it's a way better spell.
Like a 9th level spell, you're like level 17. Your proficiency is like +6. So that's like a 25 DC. But at the same time, if you know they're going to be casting a 9th level spell, you can upcast your counter spell to like level 7. Now you have a +7 to your Arcana roll that you also probably have like a +5 to. So now you have a +12. So all you need to roll is a 13 to counterspell.
So wait.
So
just
it
to
still
clarify.
stays pretty even through all of the levels.
So okay, I got to think about this. Get a leg shot.
Yeah, I didn't want that. None of us wanted that.
Anyway, so fifth level wizard
Mhm.
cast firebolt. Wait, counterspell is a 3rd level spell.
Yes.
Level spell.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Well, some wizard casts a 5th level spell,
I guess technically a +7 would be.
and you
7th level would be
cast
a +4.
counterspell at 3rd level. What's the ratio there? What, like, since you're casting counterspell at a lower level, does it still affect
Versus what?
a 5th level spell?
It's 5th level spell. You'd probably have a proficiency of 3 or 4. 5th level
Wait,
spells.
no, it makes more sense. What you're saying makes more sense because it would still stay at 16 DC. But like the person who's
no, because a 5th level spell is 10 plus 5. That's 15. Plus the proficiency of whoever's casting, which is probably a 4. So your DC is like probably 19. So you cast it at 3rd. And so now, let's say you are also the same level and you're proficient in Arcana, have an intelligence of 4. You have like a +8. You need to roll a little bit higher than 10. So your percentage chance of success is still about the same as you level up. And if you want like a better advantage on that, you upcast your counter spell to get an extra +1 per level up.
Yeah, like so this is what I'm saying. Casting counter spell has like the DC on that like save has nothing to do with the other person. It's just upcasting it to make it more
The
difficult.
DC has everything to do with the other person. Because the way it is the power of the spell you're trying to counter. So a 5th level spell, that's a 5 plus 10 for your DC, that's 15. That's how it's always been. I took the exact same counter spell stats as before.
The proficiency
Plus the proficiency of the caster who casts the spell you're trying to get rid of. So I cast a 5th level spell. You try to counterspell me. My proficiency is a 4. So you have 5 plus 4 plus 10.
Oh, so the person casting counterspell
Yeah.
has to roll Arcana.
Yes,
the
the
person
person
defending.
casting is rolling Arcana to
That
see if
makes
they
so
can
much more
beat.
sense. I was
because
like, you're speaking
in-
gobbledygook. What?
In my head, the person who is casting the spell, if they're 5th level, all right, that's a lot of magic to get rid of. That's a lot of magic to try and stop. Plus, I've been around the block. I'm not new at this. I know how to cast spells. If someone wants to try and counter it, I'm going to know a bit of a way around it. Like, I know about that magic. So, I myself should be a good enough caster to do it right. So if you're trying to counter it, not only do you have to stop my spell casting ability, you also have to stop my the raw power of the spell.
Yeah, like the force of it. You
So
have to like quickly stop a huge.
yeah,
wall
you
of
have to
energy
stop a
sort of-
powerful spell. At the same time, you have to get past my defenses, my arcane defenses as a caster,
which is like represented as the proficiency.
which is represented as my proficiency. And it keeps
Not
it
bad.
relatively level. As long as you are proficient in Arcana, you should be, because being proficient in Arcana automatically, as long as you're the same level as them, kind of evens out the spell level. It makes it so it's just 10 plus spell level, which was the exact same way it was in 5E. 5E was if you cast Counterspell at 3rd level and counterspelled anything higher than the spell level that you are countering, you rolled you used your ability instead of intelligence. So you use your spellcasting ability. So if you're a druid, you would use your wisdom, which is wisdom plus proficiency.
Yeah.
And you would roll that to see if you can beat them. And I made it Arcana
interesting.
because it makes more sense, because you have to have knowledge of the magic itself, not just be good at casting to be able to stop the brute force of a spell and counter it.
Which
And
What-
push
what are-
past
what-
someone else's.
what all magic users get counterspell? Like it's wizards.
All of them. Except
I
Druid.
don't.
It's wizard, artificer,
Sorcerer.
sorcerer, warlock,
Warlock.
Really, everyone.
specific paladins. I think arcane knights, whatever those are, eldritch knights,
Arcane Tricksters.
arcane trickster.
Literally every magic class except Druid.
That is insane.
Ranger, maybe? I don't think so.
That doesn't even. Well,
And
Take a
guess-
feet into
and the
Wizard
clerics,
Index.
I guess wisdom has nothing to do with.
I think clerics can get it, but it's a very specific domain.
That's insane.
And
probably
some
the
classes
notion
that,
of control.
well, the thing is, all the half
Because it seems
casters.
to me like wisdom classes just generally shouldn't get it, because if monk, this guy, druids and clerics didn't get it, it makes them.
Monk has their own special version of counterspell.
I
though.
know. I'm just saying.
And if you really wanted to be a counterspell without actually having a counterspell, you take the Mage Slayer feat. But what are the words I'm looking for? Half casters, so like your paladins, your eldritch knights, your arcane tricksters, your artificers, they don't get 3rd level spells till like they're level 8. They get them super late because
I
they're
get 'em
half
early.
casters. No, you get them on time. They just get them late.
Really?
And then you would still play the rule where they lose that magic.
Yes. So if you counterspell someone successfully, that spell slot that they used is depleted. So you don't feel like you wasted your turn and
I like
wasted
it. I
a
think
spell
it's-
slot to make them do it next turn.
I think it's interesting, and I say it's worth playing and to figure out if it's actually any.
Yeah, it definitely needs play tested, but I think this is way more refined than the one I originally made. Do I want to know what this is? Do I need audio for this?
No.
Love that. Have you fixed
It's
that
gonna
problem?
be great. No, I'm about to leave. Like, it's just gonna.
Are you gonna? Yeah.
It'll be okay.
All right. Well, if any of you have further questions about any of your backstory stuff or anything, I would rather you send me a text, and I can clarify it for you to the best of my ability, than
I'll
have
let
you
you
be
know.
confused and working off false information.
I'll let you know.
Because
Yeah.
I have, especially you two, I have dumped so much information on you. Also, it's Evo, not EVO.
Oh, it's whatever I want it to be.
No,
I
it's
read it.
Evo. Just Evo.
Okay. Well, I gotta pee
Stop.
really badly, so
I'm gonna go to bed because I still feel like crap.
I'm gonna plug my
Thank you,
computer in
Micah.
before it dies.
Wait, no, I want it to die.
Because I don't know what happens if it dies. It's never died before.
Its
No,
battery
it's not.
drains, you plug it in, and then it'll be fine when you wake up as long as it charged overnight.
It never comes back.
It explodes when it dies. If the battery hits 0, it just... Something tells me her battery died.
Oh, yeah, it did, huh?
The world may never know, she says.
Are you game for Saturday?
Yeah, as long as I'm... So I think there's a chance that it ends up being in Rockford, where I'm going, which is about 25 minutes from my house. And it's
I
at,
know
like...
where Rockford is.
Huh?
When do you need to be back?
Let me double check my messages here.
Come on.
They're planning at 6:30, and so if I need to be in Rockford at 6:30, I need to be back here at least, preferably 5:45, maybe even earlier. If it's closer, I don't need to be back here. The other place is 5 minutes from here, so I could get back at like 5:15, 5-ish. I'm also game for leaving earlier if you can manage that. So like, cause they open at like 10. I'm game for like being there before, or like getting like a late lunch, or like an early lunch, and then just being there till dinner. Cause I'm gonna.
For fish. Sorry. That was random.
I'm also gonna need to eat dinner before. Oh wait, no, I'm literally going to a thing called. I'm going to a Thanksgiving thing. Speaking of, I have to have food made for that, so that'll be fun. I have to do that this week while being sick. So.
Yeah, I just texted the group chat that I'm in with all of them, and I was like, we're gonna leave like around 2, right? Or like maybe even before 2. Like, I've been to Comic-Con, and obviously there's a lot of walking around. There's a lot of cool people, and you take pictures with stuff if you want. But like for the general most part, we're out of there usually by 1, because it's like, wow, there's all this stuff, we've seen it all. There might be cool cosplays that come on later, but we don't care enough to stay. Blah blah blah. You know, if you want, there's also. Do you know the people that are going to be there?
I don't know anyone that's gonna be there.
Did you look up who's going to be all there?
No, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure the voice actor for Rex might be there.
D. Bradley Baker.
Yes. Hold on. General programming and events.
You know, I'm so mad. I cannot express to you how angry I am. I left my hat at the person's house that we were at for small group, and so I won't be able to wear my hat around the Comic-Con, which makes me super angry because of all the places to wear something like that, it'd be there. And if D. Bradley Baker is actually there, that makes me even more angry because the quote on my hat is from him. Technically. From a lot of hymns, said by a lot of clones.
Who's all going to be there? I'm trying to figure out who. Art, no. There's a lot of cool stuff. I don't know if you're going to end up buying stuff, but there's a lot of cool stuff.
That's nifty. I don't know if I'll buy anything because this was a very last minute purchase just to get a ticket, and it was like $60.
$60.
Well, yeah, because after tax, and then I didn't realize I accepted the ticket security thing because it was so rough that it added an extra like $8. So it was $45 tax, another $8, $60. So
Right.